I love so much that even after all the lessons learned, that you are not the type of person that goes like, oh, like, so you do this big HBO special, right?
Yeah.
And it's like very well received.
Amongst some people, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it not? Who didn't
Did
like
anybody
it?
really not like it though?
No, never mind. We'll just move on. It's all good.
Are you talking about Shane?
A little bit.
Oh,
Little
okay.
bit.
What
Little
happened
bit.
with?
Well, Shane had, I
Shane who?
guess, Gillis.
Oh, okay.
Mentioned Chris in one of the podcasts. Mentioned you and Judd, and I think felt you were pissed about that.
Yeah, he spent about 10 minutes explaining why he didn't like that special and why he felt like it made me, as he put it, a white faggot. But that's okay.
That's not the greatest thing.
Listen, these things happen.
That's not the
right?
greatest
Every once
review
in a
in
while
the
you get
world.
trashed by another comic who you've never met, and then y'all move on with your
Did
lives.
you guys ever talk about that?
We're getting into the weeds.
Sure.
He called me. It turned out so that
You pick up your phone for an unknown number?
because
I don't do that. I'm a receptionist.
it turned out that we are at the same management company.
Okay.
So I believe someone gave him my number and said, "Can you please?" I had obviously been communicating with my managers about, I don't feel this is okay, and to put it lightly. So I got a text at about 8 a.m. from him that was like, "Hey man, it's Shane. When can we talk?" And we got on the phone and I said a bunch of stuff I had to say, and he apologized. So I was happy to let it go, but I wasn't thrilled.
Does it still bother? Because it's one of those things where sometimes you
does.
forget that when we're bashing people, we all do it. Like we forget, like, oh, there's a real person there, and then you guys talk, and he probably felt bad. Like, fuck, this Chris is a good dude.
And he
Why-
probably feels. I would hope that he feels worse now because such a problem that he went through was that sort of comics trashing comics thing.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it.
Yeah.
If he hadn't called you a white faggot, would you still be mad that he criticized the special?
I was more mad about the stuff with the special. Like when I listened to what he said, when I saw the headline come, I had friends start texting me like, "Dude, what's going on?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I Google your name and I see it's like all these headlines coming up. I was like, "Oh, this ain't good, man." And that was one of the things I said when he got me on the phone. He's like, "How you doing, man?" I was like, "Well, here's how I'm doing. Like, I got at the time, I was like, I have a 5-month-old son asleep in the next room and much bigger things to worry about than a person I've never met attacking me and it making national headlines." Like, that's how I'm doing. Like, and I kind of went off and kept saying, like, because I went and listened to the audio, and it started with a real funny line that made me laugh. He's like, "I got to turn on HBO and see this guy standing on a carpet making a bunch of girls cry who are sitting in beanbag chairs." And I was like, that's funny. Like, I can take that. All of a sudden, it was like this faggot. He starts making specifically fun of the story about how I tried to crash that car, which is like, I tried to fucking kill myself. And he said at one point, I mean, it went on for minutes and minutes. And then he goes, "If you like comedy, how could you ever support Chris Gethard?" And that's the point where I'm like, I just told him on the phone, I was like, "Dude, my act might be soft, but ask the comics in town. Like, I have earned my respect. Like, I've been doing it for a lot of fucking years. I think most people view me as a guy who just works really hard. I do a lot of stuff that's a little weird by most people's standards, but for 20 years, I've been in this town making it work for myself, paying my rent." And I actually give him a lot of credit for apologizing. I was actually more upset because I felt like there were so many comics who I know so publicly going, "We got to get this guy's back and protect free speech." And I believe we need to protect free speech in comedy, but it would have been nice to get a text from some of those people getting my back too. And I only heard from, when I say 3 or 4 people, I was like, man, comedy is full of fucking snakes.
Well, you also Chris
rats.
raised a good point. Like, I didn't even, because again, I was kind of on the periphery. I know who the guys are and I know them, but I saw you at the Cellar one night and you were talking about, like, camaraderie with comics and all this, because people were saying, "Hey, the comics got to stick," and you're like, "Yeah, but he attacked me." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess he did." Like, people didn't think of that when they were.
And I think a lot of people read the headline that he said the homophobic stuff and just kind of were like, "Oh, that's weird." But when you listen to the actual, I think not many people listen to the actual audio. And I mean, like, and it's hard not to get paranoid and feel like, man, no, I got 2 calls the night it went down. And one was from Judd Apatow's, so that doesn't even count because he called me and Judd faggot.
Oh, so what did you guys talk about? Sex?
Yeah. Dude, you know any good cruising spots?